the multiverse aligns. New mutated enhanced being of my kind. I rhyme to an iron heartbeat of Eddie Kane, the conqueror with the thought of Xavier's peace of mind. Look, Max crafting a well-written in Hell's Kitchen, being blind, dare to see your Scott Summers eye to eye. Miles ahead, web slinging online in this age of Voltron, you ain't even inclined. The real McCoy, your beast with mine. I'm from Sakar, barely age, I've increased the time. Fantastic as a force field formed by Sue. It's the arrival of Marvel of the Minds, it's been due. Go.
Yeah, first and foremost, what up, though? It's Marvel of the Minds. I'm Nametag Alexander, and as always, got peace of mind. Tapped in. What's going on with you, good sir?
Just chilling my chinchilla.
Yeah, word, man, word. Hey, man, listen, we here. They done sped up this series because of them 2 episodes they gave us, but you know, we back at it again. And make sure y'all check out that link in the description of the episode, of course. We got the Marvel of the Minds mug. I pulled the shirts down for now, but you know, if y'all interested, we do got the Marvel of the Minds staple t-shirt or whatever. I got the mug up still, but what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to go for the hats. The hats, okay. Whatever. Only because it's like this is easier to see on camera for whatever reason. I don't know. But at least with how this medium in which we shoot in. But yeah, man. We tapped in again, episode 7 of Daredevil Born Again. This one is titled Art for Art's Sake. Just to get right into it, this brief recap from the show notes. It says in this episode, Daredevil intensifies his pursuit of the elusive serial killer and artist Muse. The NYPD recovers sketches from Muse's hideout, leading Matt Murdock to deduce that Muse's next target is personal. The episode culminates in a confrontation where Daredevil unearths Muse's true identity, resulting in a significant and unexpected twist. Meanwhile, Mayor Fisk leverages the chaos to further his anti-vigilante agenda, portraying masked heroes as threats to public safety. Run the Stones, man. Run the Stones, our segment for those of y'all who aren't familiar. We always do we started out just saying how many Infinity Stones do you give it, but out of 6 Infinity Stones, with peace in his creative mind, that see the flip on the name, peace and his peace of mind, peace in his creative mind. But basically he came up with titling it Run the Stones, which is pretty clever. You'll see the logo, the artwork for that, like when we do the clips and everything on social media. But out of 6 Infinity Stones, what is your Run the Stones rating?
I'm only gonna run this 4 stones. It wasn't bad. There hasn't been a single bad episode.
Right.
And even though some shit did go down, it was only really one thing, and then the rest of it was just kind of coasting along, like
word. I'm right there with you, man. 4. Yeah. 4 out of 6. Yeah. Because I hate using certain terminology that we get from like other, like just podcasting in general, nerfed. And I can't say that they nerfed Muse because I'm not as familiar with this character. He's not like an Incredible Hulk, where it's like we know who this guy is and we've seen him in multiple films or television series to where we like, damn, look what they did. You know what I mean? That's an attachment to that. You know, with Muse is like I don't really have much of an attachment, but I do viewing it with me giving it from 4 out of 6. I'm like, okay, you had this character that you all pretty much showed a lot in the previews. You had it advertised as though he was this prime villain, but then by the time we fully get introduced to him, it's like the story was kind of sped up. Hey, I learned Taekwondo and I learned from my master. I he killed him clearly, and he knows Taekwondo. That was, I guess, the Taekwondo was to say that's why he can hang with Matt in a fight somewhat. But it was like, all right, cool. And then next, boom, he's dead. Like, all right, damn, that was pretty quick. You know what I mean? With it. Yeah. But I think, I was telling you this off mic. I do believe, no, it wasn't you. I was talking to one of my homegirls about it. And my thing about this is I felt like I read, maybe even heard that Muse was supposed to be in season 2. On top of them advertising him as a villain, we know Fisk is the main villain, clearly, right? But still,
Right.
also you're showing Muse like, oh, this is a character that's in the way, you know, but he's gonna be a problem. The base of his character is like, damn, a serial killer villain who can fight. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that's an interesting storyline, but all right, let's see a little bit more of him. And then by the time you really hash into the story, and he was who I said he was, right? The awkward dude that was at the book
Yep.
signing, standing
Yep.
over you know, the therapist or whatever. And I'm like, damn. And then he's just out of there. Now, if they said he could have been in season 2, peace, what my thing is, let's say he is, or not him per se, not his, what was his name, Sebastian, right? Maybe not him, but you know how with serial killers like that, sometimes it breeds copycats.
Right.
Is this villain, does this villain matter enough to where you can see copycats of him in another season?
You know, I don't necessarily think so. It's just kind of weird the way that they built him up as this problem, and
Yeah,
for that problem to be solved so
right.
easily, quickly, right after we, get
Just
to
like
the
that.
meat of them. Like, it's just weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So with that, I think now, you know, when they had this whole season shot, they had shot mad episodes and they just canned it because I guess the storyline wasn't one that they wanted to truly rock with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what if it's just like, yo, we had this storyline, and within this storyline, we kept certain pieces from I feel like his character as the villain was one that was in the old the court drama version of it, you know?
100%.
And they just was like, well, we got to keep him because he is interesting. We added this character. He's fairly new, what, 2016, I believe, in the
Yeah.
comics. So, like, okay, well, we got to keep him. We don't want to just axe this character, but we got to axe him quick so we can get back to this, you know, Kingpin shit or whatever. I'm thinking
And
like
that
maybe that's
exact
what it was.
that makes a lot of sense if he was supposed to be in season 2, of why they rushed through his story when we finally get to him, and second later he's gone. That would
Yeah,
make sense, because it's like, okay, we're going somewhere else with it.
because I wasn't mad at it. To transition over to our favorite scene of the episode.
Oh no, you already gave your stones. Never
Yeah,
mind, my
4 out of
bad.
6.
Yeah, yeah,
4 out of
yeah,
6 easily.
yeah.
What's your favorite scene of this episode?
My favorite scene was when he was sitting in there with her, and like it was like all the light bulbs were finally going off. Like it was a good scene. Like, just her face, and like her realizing what was happening. Like,
Which one? You talking about in the
the
hospital
therapist.
with okay. Beginning
Yeah,
in the
and the
first scene with
therapist.
them two, or when she was in the hospital? Because
No,
remember
because
in
he
the
was
end,
he
he
was
was in the
already dead when
hospital
she
with
was
her.
in the hospital.
Yeah,
I'm talking
okay.
about Muse.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
when
talking? Oh,
Muse
okay. I thought
was
you was talking
talking
about
to her
Matt.
in the session.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay. I
yeah,
did enjoy that scene. I thought that scene was pretty
yeah,
dope.
yeah,
It got a little goofy where he was with the
yeah.
nosebleed and everything, like he's like using it to family. Like, all right, man, I get it.
Yeah.
Y'all goofying it up a little bit, but I did think
And
that
like
was dope.
he kept on painting, like, bro, your
Yeah,
nose isn't bleeding that
he ain't
much,
bleeding that
man.
much,
Like, what do
man.
you?
Like how much blood? Like you had like a snot worth of blood, and you just like did a
Mm,
whole smiley face. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So yeah, but that and it was intense though. I was like, oh shit.
Mm,
But my only knock on the episode was it was very predictable. And
mm,
it's a comic book based TV series, but at the
yeah,
same time, it was like I shouldn't be guessing that greatly what's about to happen next. And
yeah.
you're probably thinking, how am I gonna make it out to the closest exit? And then she literally gets up and runs. I was like, come on, dog. Like, all right.
Mm,
Not mad at it, but it was like, all right, man, come on.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, it's certain like McDuffie. I guess she's like who Karen kind of was, except they don't have that type of relationship. But I really think her character was a major piece of the original version that they had. And I think they're just piecing
definitely.
it all together. I really think season 2 is likely going to be way better. I think even if we get more Frank Castle and there's, Punisher in this before what we got 2 more episodes, I think we get more of him. You know what I mean? Because I don't think they could just solely rely only based on like, okay, well, we got to focus on Fisk and Vanessa, and then there's Matt, and then the relationship with the therapist. Like that Muse thing was perfect because it did give you a little bridge between both of us on a villain arc and then the hero. You know what I'm saying? Least favorite. Oh no, let me give you mine. My favorite scene would be, I want to say I don't know if it was the first scene, but whatever scene it was where they did the typical, I get in the shower, you see the robe drop. But whatever, when they had the conversation afterward and he had the bruises on his body and, she know he's lying to her. But I thought that was a great scene, just acting wise, no action, none of that stuff, just that conversation. And then in the end, he goes, "Thank you, doctor." Whatever he said her name was, and he laughs. It was like, what's dope about the show to me, and you got to salute Charlie Cox for that, is he's great when he's not in costume. You know what I mean? Just on the acting tip, he's solid at that. You know what I mean? So I thought that was dope. It's almost like you don't have too many in the MCU that does that fairly well. I would say, of course, Robert Downey was one.
Absolutely.
Chris Evans was great at it. Shit.
Well, we don't see a lot of them we don't see out of their costume,
Yeah, this is true.
But most of
let's take Black Panther
one,
for example. T'Challa, it was like, Chadwick Boseman is dope, but just as T'Challa, I was like, nah, I just rather him be Black Panther and scrap. You know what I mean? Versus the dialogue portion of it. But it's certain ones. I think Charlie Cox is like great at that. I think Tom Holland does it well. You got a lot of them that do that. As far as if we talk about masked characters, I should say. Let me clarify that. Least favorite scene of the episode.
I don't know what my problem is with her, but I just don't. I'm not really liking Vanessa in this, man.
She's weird this one. She's weird this season, man.
Yeah, it's weird. Not the same Vanessa. It's like she's completely. Well, I understand people change over time, but like this is just any scene with her. Like when she was meeting up with the Irish dude, I was just like,
"Yep,
okay."
Mine, I'm gonna have to give it to, and I know I seen it across the internet. Everybody like, "Yo, dude, what's dog from The Sopranos' name? His son that plays Daniel in this." I'm like, everybody like, yo, that last scene, it shows you he's in his villain arc as, like he's trying to be a young kingpin. I was like, nah, it wasn't whack, but it just felt mad forced with him and the whole thing about the carrot and the stick. Now, well, I will give it is that I do like that he stood his ground. He didn't like, tuck because of the fact like, oh, this I guess that was supposed to be his friend in a way too, with BB. And he could have easily been like, yo, BB, you play me. And then they just back cool. But he like, you play me and I'm about to press you. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. So I did think that part was dope. But just the way it was, I'm not going to ever probably buy him as a villain. So it just was like that. I get it, y'all. I see what y'all trying to do. I knew it from the moment I saw him like admiring Wilson Fisk that much. I'm like, nobody just admires Wilson Fisk. You know what I mean? Like that. So I knew they don't try to make him a type villain.
I could see something coming from him that is like, one of those people that thinks they're tough until it comes down to it, and he's gonna get bit for,
till he gets something snapped by
Daredevil. Shoes that don't fit him.
I didn't really enjoy that as much. I was like, ah. But we moving along fairly quick, but it's for a reason. Theory for episode 8. So it's saying online discussions are suggesting that episode 8 may get more into the ramification. Oh, because they ended it with Muse dying. Like Heather, I believe was the therapist's name, shot the shit out of him. When he tried to, he had the whole at this point he got the fit on, he's got her captured and everything. Also, and I don't want to speed too far past it. Obviously, Angela, I believe, White Tiger's niece, whatever. She's basically telling Matt, like, yo, Daredevil was there. She ain't figured out yet for whatever reason that Matt is Daredevil. I don't know how they know him be. Well, no, she probably wouldn't have recognized his voice or nothing like that. But it also foreshadowing the same thing happens with Heather. I believe the therapist's name is Heather in the end, where she's like, he knew my name or whatever because he saves her. He's like, Heather, Heather, or whatever. She's like, he knew my name. It's like, you ain't recognize that was Matt's voice though? Ain't y'all?
I think,
Y'all,
well, I mean, you know, she was
y'all
in
fucked,
and out of
right?
consciousness and whatnot,
Yeah,
but like,
true.
I think it's gonna click for her and be like,
She got an idea. She gonna think about them bruises.
Yeah.
I can see that being like some type of montage they show in episode 8, like her just recognizing like bruises, and then Daredevil shows up. He gets into a basket. Oh man, you know what I mean? Or it might be something crazy like we ain't see half of Daredevil's shirt or whatever spandex rise up and show the bruises, and she saw it. Something crazy, probably. I don't know, but she might have an idea. But yeah, basically, you know, they show up. Oh, BB, I guess they saw Daredevil enter the scene or leave the scene or whatever. Because when the cops show up, he's gone after they kill him. She shoots Muse after she kills him or whatever. Daredevil disappears, and I guess BB. I don't know if BB saw him, but somehow they got footage or whatever.
There was footage on the internet of him jumping out the window.
Okay, that's because it's daytime,
yeah.
clearly. So yeah, because normally we so used to seeing them at night. So how you ain't out here like stealth, you know what I mean? So yeah, and then she presents Daniel. That's when he presses her like, you gonna erase that story, and then we're gonna say that the task force, the anti-vigilante task force, saved the day. And this is on some bullshit in the end because they got the mask all held up and showing like we did this, like we, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what supposedly the theory is, that episode 8 is going to dive more into that, about the unmasking, revealing a deeper connection between Muse and other key characters, which how I don't know. Also with Fisk, is going to escalate his campaign further about mass vigilantes. So they're supposedly going to get more into Matt battling law enforcement or whatever, as we saw was happening, you know, before, because he's still going ahead. I think what's dog's name? I don't know why I want to say Duck. The one cop, even fucked up twice. Like, like he done damn near, he done bruised the man's eye, threw whatever the baton was at him, knocked him out cold, woke up like it was nothing. Like, Daredevil was here, but I'm gonna get out of here though. Like, dog, you just got fucked up, dog. I know that shit gotta hurt. It's probably made of adamantium or something. Who knows? But yeah, that's what that's supposed to go into. Just about like just crashing down on the vigilantes. Now, I don't know if we talked about this, man, off mic. The news broke about Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man #1, Beyond the Spider-Verse ain't coming until 2027.
That's fucked up. Did they scrap the whole thing?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Because it was supposed
to come out originally this last Christmas. They were like,
we made
they were like, we made Across the Spider-Verse and continued into making Beyond the Spider-Verse at the same time. So it was, you know, but
originally, it was supposed to be a year after Across the Spider-Verse, and then we found out it got pushed back, and we were supposed to get it this summer. They was like, nah, y'all gonna wait another 2 years. And it's like, God damn, time be flying. I understand, but shit, man. Spider-Man 4, though, as far as Tom Holland, is pretty much based on how we saw him at the end of No Way Home. This one's called A Brand New Day. Or just Brand New Day, pardon me. Scheduled for release on July 31st of 2026. We get this before we get Beyond the Spider-Verse. It's drawing inspiration from the 2008 comic book run of the same name. You may be familiar with this, where it follows the events of One More Day, where in this, Peter is married to Mary Jane, but that marriage gets erased, and his secret identity is forgotten by everyone. Now,
Rick and Mephisto.
Yeah, from what I read, people weren't really feeling this run of the comics.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It was.
Why was that though?
It was just the shit that they were doing in it. It was like, why are you doing this? Like, because I think it was something like, I think Aunt May had cancer, and he had to choose between Aunt May and his Mary Jane, and then I think that's also the run where Doctor Strange erased people's memory, like they did in the
Yeah.
you know,
No Way
yeah.
Home.
So
Okay, because
I
I
think
do
they're
remember
kind of
saying they
melding
pulled
things
from that too.
together.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna really follow it too much to a T, like they never do, but pick
Yeah.
little pieces out here and
Like
there,
it
and
could just be just enough to where it shows you like he's more at that grounded level Spider-Man, pretty
yeah,
much. That's what I got from it. Because in this
yeah.
movie adaptation, not adaptation. Adaptation, Holland's Spider-Man will navigate a similar fresh start, confronting challenges in a world that no longer remembers his dual identity. The storyline signifies a new era for the character, aligning with the film's title. So yeah, it's basically how it ended in No Way Home, where
Mm-hmm.
everybody was going to forget Peter
Basic
Parker,
suit.
but they still know Spider-Man. I want to see that, honestly, like, because
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Iron Tech suit was dope and everything, but once he got away from it, I'm like, well, now I do want to see how Tom Holland performs in the regular suit, because we've only
Yeah,
ever saw him as in the Iron Tech shit. So yeah,
right. He'll have to rely on Spider-Man, the core,
I'm
like his
not.
strength and wits and
Yeah,
abilities.
I'm not familiar with this director, Destin Daniel Cretton, and it's set to be released between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what that might mean.
Mm-hmm.
The Venom suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's say the symbiote, because or we may just get Venom. I don't know. But this could tie into like how this part 4 for Tom Holland is, I guess, technically supposed to be like what 3 was for now I'm drawing a blank on his name. Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see that. Like that's next summer. I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get the symbiote suit in this one, or if that, because I mean, if they play into comics, Secret Wars would be a perfect place. Even though it was the original Secret Wars, and they're basing this
Word.
more off the later
2015.
2015 Secret Wars. But
I thought they were mixing both, which I can see them doing that. I thought they was gonna
they
call like
might
mix both in.
they might it would make sense, to draw from, why not draw from
Yeah,
everything that you got in your bag. Um,
yeah.
but I think well, not because they could set it all up, because there is a piece of Venom, there is a piece of
Hmm.
symbiote in the MCU right
That's
now.
all I say. Y'all gotta revisit that somehow. Don't just leave that
Yeah,
hanging. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
I don't know.
reading enough on it, and I know I was like, we don't never really just on the pod, like we speak so much about the shows and the movies, we don't touch
Mm,
really much. I started looking up news. Like, what news can I? Like, oh yeah, shit, Spider-Man 4.
yeah.
Let's talk about that. Yeah,
And I don't know if it's true, but the supposedly the girl from the redhead from Stranger Things is supposed to be Mayday
Jean Grey.
Parker. Did you hear anything about that?
Oh no, I did not. I thought you were talking about old girl they casted for Jean Grey. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
Mayday
no. Well,
Parker.
yeah. I mean, it's the same girl, but like, I don't know if she's gonna be Jean Grey or if
Oh,
she's gonna
okay.
be
Nah,
something.
make her Jean Grey, man.
Yeah.
I'll cast for Jean Grey. Make her Jean Grey. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I
Because I mean, they're
mean,
bringing literally all the OG X-Men for Secret Wars.
mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
like, what is?
It's
I
getting
have no.
closer and closer, man. Next, I mean, we
Yeah.
ain't hit July 2025 yet, but I mean, it's frustrating. Just I wish they just stop announcing stuff.
Mm,
Like stuff that's so far away. I'm cool now at this point with, because now that we know, okay, you've X'd the whole Kang story, fine.
mm.
I don't mind them speaking much about Doomsday, because when you really look, it's like, damn, that's summer next year. But it's also at the same time, like, yo, talk about it closer to that film. Like 3
Yeah.
months in advance, 6 months in advance, or at the beginning of the year. You know how when they always do it when, you know what, do it super
D23.
do it Super Bowl that, or do it for Super Bowl. Like, of course, yeah, they gonna definitely announce it at Disney
Yeah.
D23 or whatever. Wait, is that what it's called, or is that D23?
Yeah. D23.
It's always called that?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I feel like it was called something else? Mhm. So, or do it there, of course. That's given. But like, announce some shit, show some shit at the Super Bowl 2026. in February.
Or Comic-Con, like save it for something.
Bing,
You know,
boom, and just advertise from down there. Stop telling this shit right now in 2025.
I don't necessarily like that thing they did with all the directors' chairs,
I didn't either.
listing off everybody who's gonna be in Doomsday. Like
that's why I didn't. That's why we didn't do an episode on it. I'm not doing an episode on that. Why y'all so hyped?
I don't like that shit.
Y'all super hyped. Like, yo, they showed a lot of chairs with names on them. All right,
Yeah, like leave something for speculation. Like, oh, who's gonna be in it? This and that. Of course, we know Downey Jr. is gonna be in it.
Y'all hype it up so much, and then when it come out in the film don't meet expectations. You see what I'm saying? Because now I don't want to say it wouldn't meet expectations. I feel like I'm gonna like it regardless, whatever.
Yeah,
it's fucking Doomsday. You know what I'm saying? We get Dr. Doom,
Russo brothers.
Russo, definitely right. They have a track record that's proven. But when you do that, you leave so much room for people to already have made up in their minds to nitpick. Man, if they do this, I'm not gonna like. And then when they do the thing that somebody don't like, it's like, see, I told y'all, and, you know, shit like that. It's like, dog, just stop announcing shit, man.
That and the excitement of seeing something for the first time and not knowing who's going to be in it, and then they pop up on the screen. You're like, oh shit, now we're gonna watch and be like, oh yeah, I know who he was in it.
Effect. It's the Red Hawk effect. Yeah. Everybody I talk to that's seen Brave New World, from the casual viewers of the MCU to the people that are just deep core fans, the main thing is, man, I wish they would have never showed us Red Hawk in the film. I wish we could have just got him. You know what I mean?
I feel like Marvel and them, they feel like they had to do that with Brave New World because not many people are that excited to watch.
People already feel a way about Anthony Mackie being Captain America, and he's not like the lead character in the Marvel film. And we be like, oh, he's in it? Oh, bet. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure there's a following he has that fuck with what he does in the MCU. But at the same time, I've never seen a film like Civil War or any Avengers film that he's been in and be like, oh shit, Falcon about to be in that mug. Yo, I got to see it. Like, is he dope? Yeah, but it never was enough to like sell me on that. You know what I mean? So it was real skeptical to see now with Brave New World. Yeah, I'm curious. I want to see like, damn, how you gonna do as Captain America? I do want to see this. Wasn't hating on it or nothing, but you got people that's like, my mind made up. I'm not buying it, and nope. Soon as it comes, oh, we ripping it, tearing it up, and then you look, Red Hawk, oh, he gonna be in it, and then you do get him. He only in there for about like a total maybe of 4 minutes or so, if that. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, come on, y'all, like stop doing that.
I really hope that they do like they give Doomsday to Secret Wars the Infinity to Endgame treatment, where after Doomsday, because I'm pretty sure. We all know Doom is gonna win at the end of Doomsday. It's his movie, you know what I mean?
I saw people talking about that, saying that they don't want
radio silence.
Yeah, they were
radio silence after Doomsday. I don't want to hear shit about Secret Wars. Don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me cast. Nothing.
That's how it was when Infinity War.
Just let it do its
thing. That shit. Like I remember, I knew about the characters, but I didn't know shit about the Infinity Gauntlet comic like that. So when I saw that movie, I'm like, man, they getting their ass whooped. Like, damn. You knew like it was bad, but when it happened and it was like, and that's it. You can watch that shit now and still be like,
the world went crazy when that shit happened. Like nothing just went to black. And the movie's done. You're like,
I think what made it worse, like in a good way, was the fact that when it was all done, you just see Thanos on a farm, bro. Like just picking. What was he picking? Was those potatoes? Like what the fuck was he?
Like, like some sort of.
Like you motherfucker, dog, you really did this shit. You heard him saying the entire film that this was the goal. This is what I'm gonna do. This is why I'm gonna do it. He did it, and he went out picking. What was it? Potatoes? I don't know what that was.
It was some sort of, space. It was something healthy.
We'll call it not a space potato. He was picking some shit, dog. Like y'all listening and watching. What was Thanos picking in the farm, dog? What did he have? He was putting a bunch of shit in his little basket, dog. Like it was something healthy. It was some healthy shit that he probably was supposed to eat, build muscle, maybe muscle recovery because he did get whooped on. But I don't know, some shit, dog. That was crazy.
Might have been some sweet potato.
I might need to watch that
And they
movie
picked up
again,
some
dog.
yams.
Infinity War was so great, dog. So
Mm-hmm.
fucking great. Damn, man, great. Just
Yeah.
like that was one of the movies. Like you can't. Why would you not nominate that for an Oscar? And if comic book movies, like no, dog, the movie is good. What the fuck is y'all talking
Yeah,
about?
the
That movie is
acting was
good,
on
bro.
good, but like the special, like everything was just
Yeah,
yeah.
Pete meeting Doctor Strange. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm Peter Parker. I'm Doctor Strange. Oh, we're using our fake names. Like some shit
I'm
like that.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. Did he?
Mm-hmm.
What, opposite, did he say the opposite? We using our fake names, or was we using our real names? Some shit he said. It
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
just. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
spot on. I feel like that wasn't even in the script. I just feel like that was something that just like
Mm-hmm.
was improvising, dog. It was
Mm-hmm.
just good, man. And it's shit that just
Mm-hmm.
was left out that we still ain't even see. Like they cut, it was on the cutting room
Yeah,
floor or
like the
whatever.
Nova.
That but we seen clips of they didn't show it like in action, but we did see like green screen clips of Iron Man with the cloak, the Doctor
Yeah,
Strange
yeah,
cloak or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
That
yeah.
shit. Yeah, man. All in all, man, still a solid episode. 4 out of 6, like we said, for the Rolling Stone rating. What do y'all give it for those of y'all listening or tuned in through YouTube? Like, what do y'all give it as far as your Rolling Stones rating for episode 7 of Daredevil Born Again? Until next time, we'll be back at y'all for episode 8. I don't know what it's titled. Found out this title at the last minute, honestly. But let them know where they can find you at, man.
Peace of Mind 313 across everything, everywhere.
Yeah. Same here. Nametag Alexander across the board. Social media platforms, including the platforms we can stream and download music. Tap the link, order some merch. I plan on adding like some MRVL Of The Minds hats. I think that'll look dope. The logo on the front of a black hat or something like that. Let me know what y'all think. What are suggestions y'all have? The mugs are for now, but in the meantime, it's been MRVL Of The Minds. Peace.